Hello everyone, this is Charisma Lighting back, and I'm here with another Mezco review. However, this Mezco review weighs a heavy burden, as you could say, especially since that this Mezco figure is of someone that I actually met in real life, that most of us grew up with, depending on which Power Ranger you watched. And if you also watch the Superpower Beatdown videos that Mr. Jason David Frank was a part of. I'm going to be okay throughout this review, but as a respect and for those that actually have a heavy heart still about this passing, let us all take a momentary moment of silence in respect of Jason David Frank. May he rest in peace. Alright. Yeah, I'm actually... It took me a while just to get, ready for this review, mainly because I actually am getting a surprise review this, coming Friday for you guys, and then hopefully you all will like that. But, yeah. This is actually going to be the review of the Mezco Mighty Morphin Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, if you couldn't tell. And let me get this guy all normaled out, and then we'll go over what it comes with articulation, paint apps, and all that stuff. Alright, and here he is, all standing up and ready to go for this review. And, yeah, first things first. Hang on, I'll elevate you guys so that we can take a look at the head, and then we'll just keep on rolling. Alright. Yeah, we're going to start off with the head. Focus. There we go. And we're going to go over sculpt and paint apps and all that stuff before we get into articulation, because for articulation, gonna have to take off the dragon shield. Okay. First things first, let's start off with the head sculpt. It actually looks pretty good. I like the color of the matted helmet. I know some people rather prefer glossy, like it was in the show, but me, I actually prefer it like this. So, because it doesn't feel like it'll wear off or anything. And then the helmet is a nice green. The gemstone is actually very cool. And as you could tell, the teeth for the side profile is actually pretty neat. When the light hits it, it actually looks very good for the silver that they used. A nice black, and then a little bit looking at the back of the helmet. See, it doesn't look too shabby at all. Yep, and then the silver mouthpiece, it actually is pretty good. And then let's go up. The dragon shield actually, and the R-bands of here, and even the boots, along with the morpher and the coin, are a very nice gold. I was a little bit worried. I will not lie. I was a little bit worried that it will be more like a bronze color or anything like that. However, it's not. It actually is a good gold. And yeah. And this is actually spandex. That's on the suit, so yeah, there's all that. And undertone of the boots, they're black. Yeah. Nice green on the gauntlets. White looks good, especially and on the belt too, even though it's leather, but still. And yeah, I also like the suit that they use because it's not shiny or anything like that. Because, well, I actually kind of prefer this, so it will at least stand the test of time and not wear out. Now, for everything else that will come with this thing, I'm going to go through the actual head articulation with the dragon shield on. I'm going to show you how to take off the dragon shield. And then we're going to go over with the actual articulation without the dragon shield. Okay. Now, for Tommy, he could look this far up with the Dragon Shield, which is actually not far. It's okay. You can look that far down. You can look left, right, and then lean left, right. Alright. I'm going to have to take off his head real quick. It's going to be okay. And it's also a ball joint peg, so nothing too extravagant. So yeah, what you want to do now is that you want to press down on this little tab here, gently lift up on the shield. Yeah, this is the one. Or better yet, just do this so that you get a better thing, and then pop. Take that off. Swing it around. Gotta lean the head a little bit off this way, and then bada bing, bada boom. Dragon Shield is now off. Which I think kind of almost counts as an accessory, but yeah. And here is the Green Ranger without the Dragon Shield. Which now you actually get to look at the actual suit and all that stuff. I mean, mine is a little bit crooked, but I don't care. I'm happy to get this figure. And it's still awesome in itself, okay? Now, without the Dragon Shield, Tommy can look this far up. And then this far down. So it has the same range of all that stuff, okay? Hands are on ball joints, which he comes with different hands, which I will get into later. Double jointed elbows, and sadly enough, the arms do not sit flush. Even when you put the... Actually, it's a little bit more flush with the arms down, but not much. But mainly because I have not figured out how to get these R-bands off, because apparently you can remove them, but I'm not going to because, A, it's Tommy, and then why would you? Okay, and then it can go this far up, so that, hang on. Sometimes these joints get a little bit stiff, so you gotta be very careful with this figure, as you do with all Mezco figures, with all that. So yeah. And then you get them into a T-pose. Assert your dominance onto the other Rangers that you defeat. Put the arms down. Legs can go this far out. This far back. Double jointed. Knees on both sides. And then, yeah. And then a little bit of ankle pivot. And then just toes can move up and down. Which means that even without the with the Dragon Shield and without the Dragon Shield, you're still able to get an actual good range of actual motion with this guy. Because now he's doing the flying dragon kick. Alright. And you might want to actually do some of the posing without the Dragon Shield first, because Dragon Shield does hinder articulation a bit. And I'll show you. And this figure is just... it's amazing. I mean, I still miss JDF till this day, and mainly because I grew up with Power Rangers Dino Thunder. And he, in a way, was a little bit of my mentor, since he was a teacher and all that stuff. And it's like, a teacher is a superhero. Yes. Okay. Now, I think that's good enough. Yeah. And you want to line up with the Dragon Shield tab from underneath the armor with here. So, yeah. And this is basically all that you can do with the armor. So, yeah. You can't go all the way up because it's a Dragon Shield. It's not soft plastic or anything, which I actually appreciate. Because in G-Ranger footage, the Green Dragon Ranger, Bri, and even Tommy couldn't, like, go all the way up. So, yeah. Until, like, Dino Thunder or something like that. Because I do remember, like, he was able to get his arm up, but I think he had to, like, twist his body a little bit. So, yeah. So, that's enough of that. Let's get into what this guy comes with. Okay, and then with what this guy comes with, I'm going to show you the accessories before going to the hands and like the alternate head and all that stuff. So yeah, he actually gets the Dragon Dagger. Hang on. Yeah, the little Dragon Dagger, his iconic weapon. And be careful with these. Even though you cannot press them down, they are still like buttons, so you can't easily potentially break it off. So I'm trying to get this guy to focus on the dagger. Okay, hang on. There we go. Yeah, so just be careful because these things can break off potentially. So I'll show you how to safely put the Dragon Dagger in one of the hands soon. He also, even though this, I think this is cool because Tommy never had this, but at least until he had to get his powers back from Goldar and then become the Green Ranger again. And he also comes with a Blade Blaster, where you can actually, like, transform into a gun and also line up the teeth. So, right there. And then you'll be able to, and it even comes with, oh, hang on. Sorry about that. I almost dropped it, and I'm glad that I didn't. But you can also attach the blade to the Blade Blaster. Okay. And then we're getting into some of the bigger weapons that Tommy actually had in his arsenal during his time as the Green Ranger. And boom, you get the Sword of Darkness. And the little tassel thing is wired, so you can actually pose it up in dramatic fashion and all that stuff. And then you also have the Sword of Power. Yeah, there's a lot of swords of stuff in Power Rangers, but yeah. But still, it's pretty cool. And photos with this guy is just amazing. Now, let's get into what his belt actually is supposed to come with. And it's actually, I think it's cool as a Power Rangers fan and all that stuff. And I'm going to do things on where he would normally stash his stuff. So, yeah. You actually get a holster for the Blade Blaster. And what you do is to push the handle in. And then you have the Blade Blaster in the holster. And make sure to squeeze the belt to try to push it. And then, bam. You got Tommy with a Blade Blaster. And he still looks cool with it. Yeah. And let me put this away real quick before getting into the Dragon Dagger holster. And I'll show you how to get the holster in the Dragon Dagger holster in there. With the Dragon Dagger holster, it comes with a tab. That's right there. Let me. And what you want to do, I just do it with the mouthpiece facing outward. You put it there, where it just goes in all the way. Then just finesse it. Finesse. Finesse. Come on. Oh yeah, there. It is finessed. Where, bam. Where the Dragon Dagger is now in its holster. And bam, now the look of the Green Ranger is fully complete. Now let's get into the hands. And yeah, these are the hands. I should have done this like this. Well, for my next review, I will. Here we have the actual open. Hang on. Like, yeah, these are what I call the dragon hands. And you get two of those. Now this one's cool. Yeah, there's that. Here is a hand where you hold the end of the dragon dagger. And then you actually also get a flute playing, a dragon dagger playing hand. And then you get one hand where he's actually like, get both hands where he's holding a weapon at an angle, which this is actually the perfect hand to show you how to actually carefully establish to put on a dragon dagger. Alright, now this, you don't have to worry about anything because these are actual soft hands. Because then you're able to pull this out a little bit and then it will retain a shape. Come on. Okay. What I found to do is that you put the dagger in like this on a side. You use like your nail or something to carefully lift up on the fingers so you don't break anything. Yeah, just do what I showed you. Hang on. And bada bing, bada boom, you have it in your hand. Without any damage whatsoever. And yeah. And then when you're done, just put it back in its holster and you'll be okay with that. And then you'll also get another weapon holding hand. Oops. Sorry. Here's that. And a dramatic opening hand. So, yeah. And this next part is actually, I'm going to pause the video real quick, and then I'm going to come back with the other head on the Green Ranger. And then there's the head of JDF during the 90s with the dark green headband, because he actually wore dark green sometimes in the show, so, yeah. Yeah, let me zoom in on this. Yeah, you can see he actually, it's a good likeness. In hand, it actually looks very good. Now on camera, I cannot say for certain, but for me, this definitely was a real thing that I think some of us needed after what happened. And he actually comes with a few other stuff, and and here he actually comes with a green dragon coin base, which I love. The heat ray gun, 2 electric pieces that you can put on weapons, the dragon dagger blast effect part, and 2 heat ray blast pieces, and the blade blaster, and of course a holding stand for when you want to do your crazy jumps and crazy kicks. And actually, you can put one of these on the Sword of Darkness, just, yeah. Even though the green kinetic pieces are actually mainly for the Dragon Dagger, you can still put them on the Sword of Darkness and they look cool. So yeah, that's actually, I'm going to get into some size comparisons with other Mezco figures of the line, and some other aspects, and we'll actually call this review to a close because I don't really have anything else to go over. Here he is next to a X-Force Wolverine, which Tommy stands a little bit taller. So yeah, just that. And here he is next to a Revoltech Iron Man, which he actually stands pretty well with. He's been having trouble standing lately, so I have to actually hold him up, so sorry about that. And then here he is next to an SH Figure Arts Cap vs. Cap Captain America. So yeah. I mean, the body is more of an adult male than a teenager, but then again, it's still good. I am still recommending this figure to anyone who's a Power Rangers fan. So go ahead and pick one up if you want to. And then hopefully we'll be able to see you guys around. And as a PSA, if you're ever feeling down or ever just you're feeling like you're in a dark place, talk to someone, call someone, please. And let the lightning protect all of you guys. See you around.